So, do you want to trade Forex like a pro? Because it made me a multi-million... I'm just kidding. But this video is going to be about trading educators. Alright guys, in all seriousness, I wanted to create a video on trading educators because I do get asked a lot about how can you trust a decent educator, where do I find decent mentors, coaches, who can I trust? And I totally get it because it's a very, very noisy marketplace. Technology's made it very, very easy for it to be in the hands of the wrong person, advertising, coaching and things like that. There's people faking accounts on Instagram. I've got multiple Instagram accounts where people are actually trying to scam people into trading services. And I get that there's a lack of trust. So what I thought I would do is create a non-biased video on trading educators from all three angles. So a consumer, I was learning to trade at one point and I was going around looking for coaches, courses. I bought courses. I bought automated systems, I bought coaching back in the day. So as a consumer, also as a trader, so I now know what it takes to trade successfully. So I can identify misguided information, the wrong information, the right information. And also as an educator, so I coach myself. So I understand, I've got a lot of insights into traders and how they behave and the typical journey and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd do a non-biased video on trading educators so that by the end of this video, if you watch all the way through, you'll have a really, really good insight and understanding of what to look for when you're going out looking for a decent trading educator. All right, so there's a few points I want to cover in this video. I know many decent trading educators. I know many bad educators out there. And I'm going to break this video down into little sections of things that you want to pay attention to because I've really broken it down and I hope you're going to find this of value. So the first thing we want to pay attention to is the thing that they sell. Okay, this is the first indicator, and it really is only one of three things. Different educators sell different things. The first thing is the byproduct. Okay, so they're selling the byproduct of trading. They're not really focusing on their course or their service or their whatever it is that they claim to be specialized in. Instead, they're just glaring over that and selling the byproduct. The byproduct is the main thing. So the watches.
I've got thousands, made thousands, literally making thousands every day, but forget about the money. Today's video is on the watches.
The Lamborghinis, the private jets, the laptop lifestyle, the Vegas and all the walks down the beach and all that kind of stuff. If they're focused on that, that's mainly what they're selling. They're not selling the products. And you have to ping up a little red flag because you're sort of thinking, well, what are they selling here? The second thing that some educators sell is the product. So there'll be educators that just try and sell the product. They'll sell the course, they'll sell the coaching service, they'll sell the app, the signal service, and they'll just focus on selling that product. And then finally, the other thing that some educators sell are the clients. So the clients of the educator will be seen a lot more than the product or the service or the byproduct, and it will be the clients telling their story of the product. So those are the only three things that trading educators typically sell. You want to make your mind up on what you think is the sort of best way to go on that. For me, it would be the clients and the product. So I definitely would discard the first one and I would look at the products and I would look at the client stories. So the second thing we're going to pay attention to is the tactics that they use, because there's really only 4 different tactics that educators use. And the first one, which you've probably seen more than any of the others, is money per time frame. So you can earn so-and-so per time frame. Now, let me just get this straight. If anyone's promising you that you can earn a consistent amount of money per time frame, so $500 per day, minimum $200 per day, minimum $500 per week, or per hour. if anyone's telling you that, it's absolute rubbish. There is no way that that any professional trader will tell you that they can guarantee you will earn a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time. We never know what the market's going to do next. We don't know when the next drawdown's coming. We don't know how long the drawdown's going to last. And it's absolutely impossible to predict that we are going to definitely earn a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time. So that's my opinion on that. That wipes that out. The second tactic they use is to pull on the heartstrings. Another warning sign, because you see these educators saying literally, your kids will hate you if you don't spend more time with them and you don't become financially free. I've seen this from some of the biggest educators in the world, and it's absolutely disgusting. That tactic is very below the belt, and it's playing on people's emotions and actually making them feel bad. It's putting them in a place of, anger and hurt. That is not a great tactic to use. The third tactic they use is through a broker or with a broker. So they'll have some kind of affiliate deal where they say, listen, sign up to the broker and then I can teach you Forex for free. And that again is a warning sign, because there's brokers out there doing deals with trading educators where they're getting commissions for everyone they bring into the brokerage house. And that's not really in the best interest of the trader, because of course they don't really care if you're good at trading or not. And then finally, the fourth tactic they use, and this is from the better trading educators, is the truth. They will say things like, don't jump in, don't buy a course, it's not for everyone. Take it step by step, maybe have a little taster. Don't open a live account, don't trade live money, focus on process over outcome, focus on learning, developing the skill, and all that kind of stuff. And that's really the fourth tactic, which in my opinion is obviously the best. All right, so now we know we're looking at really what they're selling. So we're looking at that and assessing what they're selling. And then we're looking at the tactics they're using to sell their service. Now I'm just going to give you some opinions of mine on how to really tell a decent educator and a bogus educator. So the first thing is really people who are selling the byproducts. I'll bring that up again. The people who are trying to look rich and look really well off and sell you a byproduct that way, that is normally a sign of deep debt. And normally those kinds of people are operating from a scarcity mindset, a desperation mindset, and they're not in the best intention of the trader. They're trying to claw back the money. They're in a fear-driven mentality. They're trying to get some money quick through the door to feed their lifestyle or feed their false pretense. That's really one way that I see educators advertise a lot, and I would steer clear of anyone that looks like that or is coming across that way, particularly if they're very, very forceful. A good way to tell a decent educator is transparency. So if there's any educators out there who are allowing you to watch over their shoulder, they've got verified results, maybe they trade a live account in a live room and you're able to watch that day in and day out and see the losses and see the wins, that's it doesn't really get any more transparent than that. Especially whilst you're watching them and they're telling you, do not copy these trades. You want to make sure that understand what I'm doing here. It's not a signal service and all that kind of stuff. If they're putting you off trading, I can guarantee you they're a pretty good educator.
Well, I want to say, if there's ever an educator that turns you off trading, they're a good educator. That's probably true.
The next way to tell is ask yourself, are they value focused, okay, or what's in it for them focused, okay? So do they go out of their way to give you value? Do they go out of their way to answer questions for you? There's a saying, if someone doesn't want to answer your question, you probably don't need their advice, and it's so true. If someone's being a bit sketchy about answering a question for you, then you really want to be tread on eggshells as to how carefully you take their advice on board. In my opinion, value-driven educators that are providing constant value are much better than the ones that are asking for something all the time without giving value. This all seems very obvious, but you'll be surprised how many people fall for this stuff. Now, the next thing is a massive thing, and I know you're not going to like it. Some of you really hoping that I'll say your educator's good. But the obvious thing to do is go and look at testimonials. Go and search up a review, so-and-so reviews, and look at what comes up. Is it full of scams? Is it full of, hatred videos? Is it full of dodgy, sketchy information? Or do you find a lot of testimonials from their clients who have got results and they're singing the praises of the service or product or whatever it is? It's so obvious, okay? I don't know if people don't do it because they're scared to hear the truth, but if you go and do that, you're going to find out pretty quickly. There's going to be very, very few educators where their clients are literally not only singing the praises of the company, but they're proud to be part of it, and also the results that the clients have got. Just focus on the client's results instead of the trading educator, and you'll do very, very well. So when you're listening to client testimonials, watch carefully about what they're saying, because it's very, very easy for these educators to manipulate a testimonial, but just pay attention to how the client comes across, what they're saying. Are they really giving deep insights? Do they seem happy? Or do they seem like they've been asked to do an interview? See if they crop up every now and then, like go on different sites and see if the same clients are around still talking about them today. Very good indication for a good educator. Obviously, for the bogus educators, you're going to end up with a load of clients with poor testimonials, reports, scams, bitter videos saying they took my money, it's an absolute scam. You'll see YouTubers doing scam videos on them, trying to call them out, and all that kind of stuff. So it's very, very easy. You don't have to look too far. Really, just finally, the last thing to pay attention to is what are they actually selling? What is the product? Is it do you have to just buy a course? Or is there some kind of tester, a proper tester, a taster? A real product for prospects where you can come in, very minimal risk. You haven't got to hand over your keys to your house just to see what it's all about, because trading isn't for everyone. So you should know that any educator that has any sense and is in your best interest, or has your best interest at heart, they shouldn't really be selling you a course when they don't really know if trading's for you. You might not know if trading's for you. Everyone seems to think they want to trade because of what they've seen their friends do or other people do.
Tell you what, you show me a pay stub for $72,000 on it, I quit my job right now and I work for you. Hey, listen, I quit.
It's not for everyone. So look at the product. Do you have to jump all in day one, or can you just test it out for a little while? No strings attached. And finally, what is the product inside the actual core offer? So is it just a course? Because courses don't work. I've been over that. They don't work on their own. Coaching doesn't really work on its own. It takes a long, long time. A live room doesn't work on its own because you get fire hosed. You can't really pick it up. There's no theory. It's just real life application constantly. It takes a long, long time if you're going to learn that way as well. Tools, indicators, things like that, you have to know how to use them. If you're journaling, you probably don't know about backtesting. You don't have anyone coaching you on that. There's no accountability. So is it all encompassing? Do you get the whole package? Because that's really what you're looking for if you want to efficiently get from A to B as a trader, in my opinion. And if it's a coaching service, do the educators actually go out of their way to work with you day in, day out? Are they emailing you? Do you have direct access to them? Are they showing that they actually care about the answers? Do they care for you to succeed or not? Or is it just you've bought the course, you're out the door? So really, really great insights there. Hopefully you take these on board. I really hope you take these on board. I hope you found this valuable. And just if you've had any bad experiences, let's use this video as a place where you can share those bad experiences. Let's open this up for a discussion. Leave the comments below. If you've had a bad experience with an educator, leave the comment below. Let us know what the problem was and how you found it and how have you overcome it. I'll be really interested to see. I'll definitely be engaged in the chat down there. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and share it. It's really important that you share this video. And until next time, take care and I'll see you then.